Hi, I'm talking to Shawn McClain of Sage Restaurant in Aria City Center, Las Vegas. Shawn, why don't you start by telling me a little bit about, well, I guess people might want to know, you have some very interesting and unique restaurants in
In
Chicago,
Chicago,
and then
right.
this is your first restaurant out of that region,
It
isn't that
is.
correct?
It is. It's my first foray out of the Windy City, out to Las Vegas, and very fortunate to had an invitation from MGM to come create something unique out here called Sage. And unlike Chicago, the concept is kind of encompassing of a lot of different types of food and styles that I kind of combine under one roof. Styles of the restaurants, Chicago, distinct seafood, vegetarian, meat focus. Here we kind of combine a lot of those elements under, I'd say, a new American umbrella, a lot of Mediterranean
Yeah.
influence. But our focus is really talking and finding to find out where our producers are and really sourcing the products
Yeah.
that are as local as possible here or within a reasonable region and grown in season and really just focusing on that kind of stuff.
It's interesting you say that because I was wondering if it was that your biggest challenge in coming out of your comfort zone and coming to a new region, finding the sources for the
Yeah,
product.
I mean, I would say that is one of a huge amount of things taking me out of my comfort zone coming to Las Vegas. That's for sure. The scale of everything
Yeah.
is bigger. The exposure
Is
to
this
what.
bigger than any of your venues
Oh,
in
absolutely, yeah. We
Chicago?
are 160 seats here with a
Okay.
bar and lounge. Our biggest back home is about 120.
Okay.
The traffic, the things that we don't get to see every day, as more primarily destination restaurants. Here, people are coming in, I mean, walking by, seeing the menu, getting enticed, coming in. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic just to see all the faces every day and to have that traffic in the hotel. There's so many people that are abuzz about City Center as well
Yeah.
and coming in to see the property. So
Now,
the size and also just the challenges of working in just a different region of the country, being exposed to a lot more West Coast things where
yeah.
I'm used to more Midwest and then maybe more East Coast, Central,
In
centric
terms of ingredients?
ingredients, clientele, a lot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And now we're really finding out what a lot of California has to offer year round, which a lot of these things
Right.
don't make it to Chicago. So
Right. So does that mean you can be a little less seasonal, even though the trend is to be seasonal now?
yeah, it's almost more seasonal, but our season is so different here. And
Okay,
I mean,
good.
take for instance English peas and to find them, they're available,
Wow.
grown in season in a small microclimate in California. The availability and how many, we probably won't be able to use them quite yet, but and they're not prolific yet. But
Yeah.
soon enough, and we wouldn't see English peas in Chicago until June. So
Right.
quite a difference, flip flop.
Now, are you the kind of chef who will sort of change your menu almost weekly depending on what you can get, or are you very slow and methodical in making changes on your menu?
Yeah, I think we've become a little slower. When you own a small independent and people are showing up at your back door, and you can print at 4:30 or 5 o'clock or 5:30 sometimes when you open. It's more structured. Obviously, there's a bigger organization. There's a lot more that has to go into the daily preparation to get. So a little bit more methodical, but it is our goal to bring those things to the menu every week and daily, whether they're specials through little giveaways or reviews or things like that. But I think we're just getting our feet grounded, kind of learning how the system works, getting used to new purveyors, new people, and
Yeah.
I think as we get more comfortable, we'll be able to flow and work more quickly through those things.
Tell me about the challenge of tell me sorry.
That's
Tell
okay.
me about the challenge of sort of maintaining your identity as a chef or the restaurant's identity when you are in a resort environment
Yeah.
and you've got that the need to feed a lot of people, the need to entice people who, as you said, aren't necessarily coming because it's a destination. They're just walking by and
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, this looks good."
Yeah. That's a big challenge, and a lot of that is going to be trial and error and just a big learning curve. But it's making the menu understandable. People that getting I think as much as food and all those things, creative writing with a menu is as important, and making people want to taste the food when they hear about the menu. And for us too, it's just we want it to be a little kind of a respite away from all that other Vegas stuff out there, and that's great, and the whole experience is awesome. But it's nice to take somebody out of that element and really give them kind of an independent experience, like they could be at a restaurant anywhere, and really kind of capture them away from the resort and all that, and just kind of make them focus and have them enjoy dinner and the whole experience.
Did you do a lot of sort of research about the Las Vegas market, seeing what else is out there before deciding where you wanted your restaurant to be, what you wanted to do with it?
It was definitely a cumulative process, and I love to eat and I love to see what chefs are doing. So obviously over the last few years, working on the project and being out here, I've had the opportunity to eat at a lot of great places.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's necessarily changed my direction in any which way. I kind of had an idea which way I was going, and then again wrote the menu very close to the time that we needed to open, but it was just a little more challenging to just kind of do that. And as all my menus, I think 6 months along the line, you'll look back and say the menu's different from what it was then, and it just kind of evolves and kind of goes with the flavors and things that I get inspired from. And it could be restaurants, it could be food, it could be traveling, it could be a lot of things.
Yeah. Is there any way to sum up what kind of experience you want people to have from the restaurant?
Well, I mean, I could only hope, for a magical experience, and people kind of define that different ways, but I kind of define it as one of those times where you kind of get lost in your dining experience, and you don't notice the food being much better than the service being much better than the food, or the wine. It's all those things that we try to coordinate to really kind of come together, to meet that, all those needs at the same time, and to have the service really guide you through a great night. And there are lots of different tastes to please out there, and obviously we can only hope to please as many as possible. You know what I mean? Everybody has different kind of approaches to that, but yeah, it's one of those nights that people are just like, I didn't expect that. That was fabulous. You know what I mean? That's what I want to hear. In a town like this.
Right.
So,
okay. And you're doing a couple of interesting things, like you have the absinthe cart, for example,
yep.
and you have an interesting cocktail program, and like you were saying to me earlier, you have beers on tap. So it seems like you're trying to do something that is very elegant, but not stuffy, approachable, but not. It's not bar food, obviously, but it's also not a degustation kind of experience.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and that's the way I like to eat. I love good food. I think when it becomes too formal, it takes a little bit of the fun out. And there are times when that is like an extravagance or something that's really special, or a special occasion. That's what places are built for, like that. For me, I want people to be able to come in here Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and enjoy themselves, enjoy their company, and have fun, because that's really ultimately that's what we're here for. To entertain them and in a way provide something that's kind of unique and different.
Fantastic. Shawn, thank you very much
You're very
for
welcome.
your time.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Chef
Great to
Shawn
have you.
McClain, Sage Restaurant, Aria, City Center, Las Vegas.